Karen took a blind vet's ID at TSA, got flagged, and detained on the spot. Why would someone steal from a blind veteran at an airport TSA checkpoint? The question hung in the air like the hum of security scanners at Denver International Airport. It was a busy morning, travelers shuffling through the maze of ropes, their faces a mix of exhaustion and impatience. Among them was Daniel Carter, a 62-year-old retired Marine, navigating the line with his guide dog, Max, a golden retriever whose calm presence steadied him. Daniel's sight had been lost to an IED in Iraq, but his dignity remained unshaken until Karen Mitchell, a 48-year-old real estate agent with a sharp tongue and sharper entitlement, decided to make him her target. Karen was already in a foul mood. Her flight to Miami was delayed, her latte was cold, and the TSA line was moving at a glacial pace. She stood behind Daniel, her arms crossed, muttering loud enough for nearby passengers to turn their heads. "This is ridiculous," she hissed, eyeing Daniel's wheelchair and Max's harness. "Why do some people get to slow everyone else down?" Her voice dripped with disdain, as if Daniel's existence was a personal affront. When Daniel reached the TSA podium, he carefully handed over his ID, his fingers tracing the edges to ensure it was correct. The officer, a young woman named Officer Ramirez, scanned it and smiled warmly, thanking him for his service. Karen rolled her eyes. Then it happened. As Daniel waited for his ID to be returned, Karen leaned forward, her manicured hand darting out like a viper. In one swift motion, she snatched the ID from the counter, tucking it into her purse. "This'll teach him to hold up the line," she muttered under her breath, assuming no one would notice. But Max did. The dog's ears twitched, and he let out a low growl, his eyes fixed on Karen. Officer Ramirez, distracted by another passenger, missed the theft, but Daniel sensed something was wrong. "Ma'am," he said calmly, turning toward Karen's voice. "Did you take my ID?" Karen scoffed, her voice syrupy with false innocence. "Don't accuse me of anything, sir. I'm just trying to catch my flight." The truth began to unravel when Officer Ramirez realized Daniel's ID was missing. She frowned, checking the counter and floor. "Sir, I had it right here," she said, her voice tinged with concern. Daniel's jaw tightened, but he stayed composed. "I heard someone take it," he said, his tone firm but not accusatory. Max barked once, sharp and insistent, his gaze still locked on Karen. By now, a small crowd was forming, whispers rippling through the line. Karen's face flushed, but she doubled down. "This is absurd," she snapped, pointing at Daniel. "He's confused. Maybe he lost it himself. Why are we wasting time on this?" Her words were a shield, but her shaking hands betrayed her. Enter an unexpected witness. Jamal, a 19-year-old barista working at a nearby coffee kiosk. He'd been watching the line while wiping down tables, his phone propped up to record a TikTok. By chance, his camera had caught the entire incident. Karen's sly grab, her smug glance, the ID disappearing into her purse. Jamal hesitated, his heart racing. He wasn't one for confrontation, but something about Daniel's quiet strength and Karen's blatant cruelty pushed him to act. "Yo, I got it on video," he called out, holding up his phone. The crowd parted as he approached Officer Ramirez, replaying the footage. Gasps erupted as Karen's face filled the screen, her theft undeniable. The confrontation escalated fast. Officer Ramirez radioed for backup, her eyes narrowing as she turned to Karen. "Ma'am, open your purse," she ordered. Karen's bravado cracked. "This is harassment," she shrieked, clutching her bag like a lifeline. "I'm a law-abiding citizen. You can't treat me like a criminal." But the crowd wasn't buying it. A mother with 2 kids muttered, She stole from a veteran? Disgusting. A businessman in a suit shook his head, filming the scene. Max, sensing the tension, stayed glued to Daniel's side, his loyalty a stark contrast to Karen's deceit. 2 more TSA officers arrived, along with a supervisor, Officer Grant, a no-nonsense man with 20 years on the job. He watched Jamal's video, his face hardening. "Ma'am, last chance. Open the purse, or we do it for you." Karen's eyes darted around, searching for an escape, but the crowd's stares pinned her in place. With a dramatic huff, she dumped her purse onto the counter. And there it was, Daniel's ID, nestled among lipsticks and receipts. The crowd erupted in murmurs, some cheering quietly. Karen's face went white. "Two must have picked it up by mistake," she stammered. But her lie crumbled under Officer Grant's glare. Karen's downfall was swift and brutal. Officer Grant cuffed her hands behind her back, reading her rights as she protested, her voice rising to a screech. "You can't do this. I have a flight. I'm important." But her words were drowned out by the crowd's disapproval. As she was led away, her purse still spilling its contents, a crumpled photo fell out, a picture of Karen at a charity gala, posing with a fake smile. The irony wasn't lost on Jamal, who muttered, "Guess she's not so charitable now." Daniel, still seated, reached down to pet Max, his voice steady. "Thank you," he said to Officer Ramirez and Jamal. "I just wanted to get home." The aftermath left the checkpoint buzzing. Officer Ramirez apologized profusely to Daniel, ensuring his ID was returned and his travel expedited. Jamal's video went viral within hours, racking up millions of views and comments praising his courage and condemning Karen's actions. Karen, meanwhile, faced charges of theft and obstruction, her reputation in tatters. Her real estate firm issued a statement distancing itself from her, and her social media was flooded with screenshots of her gala photo captioned, "Karen's karma caught up." Back at the airport, Daniel boarded his flight, Max at his side, unaware of the storm he'd sparked. What does justice look like when entitlement meets accountability? Daniel's quiet resilience, Max's unwavering loyalty, and Jamal's unexpected bravery turned a moment of cruelty into a powerful lesson. Karen's attempt to humiliate a veteran backfired, exposing her arrogance to the world. Her detention was more than a consequence, it was a mirror, forcing her to face the person she'd become. For the rest of us, it's a reminder. Small acts of courage, like Jamal's, can tip the scales toward right. What do you think? Did Karen get what she deserved? Or is there more to the story? Share your thoughts below.